Tzu Chi volunteers in Indonesia hold a free clinic in Tanjung Pinang, serving more than 800 patients. We look at how Tzu Chi promotes organic farming as a sustainable living solution. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi volunteers in Ecuador are carrying out cash for work programs in Manta and Puerto Viejo as the recent earthquake has damaged Manta gravely. With the support from Manta's mayor, Tzu Chi's cash for work program started on the first day with over 1,000 people cleaning up their homes.
Tzu Chi's Cash for Work program in Manta, Ecuador, creates modern work opportunities.
In these 10 days, you are going to be able to make a living. Eventually, you will be able to be self-sufficient.
Hello, good afternoon, Manta. Our master Zhen Yan care about you. 30 housewives donate 2 cents per day to become what we are today. I'm not bringing you the money, I'm bringing you the love.
For 3 consecutive days, close to 3,000 people are involved with cleaning up the city. By earning $15 a day, these people create opportunities for Manta that has been dependent on tourism for its survival.
The quake has affected me a lot because I lost my job. So thanks to these people, I have a job again, and now I'm able to purchase food for my family tonight.
My family and I live on the street now. We eat and sleep on the street. Thanks to the help from Taiwan, I'm able to work to bring a plate of food to my kids. With the money, I'm able to buy them food and also the school supplies they need to go back to school.
Before the earthquake, the economy of Ecuador was already falling. After the quake, the employment rate rose sharply, making the country's economy even worse. The Cash for Work program brings the people of Manta together to rebuild their homes.
I'm cleaning my city, Manta, because we all want to see it clean again. Our kids need it. We need to unite together to clean it up and stand up again. My house is destroyed and I need to make money to rebuild it and to pay for my children's school tuition.
I'm the leader of this group of workers, and they are my teammates, but we are one family. So I feel so good to work with them because we are helping to rebuild this city. The city has fallen, but its people are fighters. We're always ready to work and to do more for our community.
Early in April, Tzu Chi volunteers from Batam and Tanjung Pinang of Indonesia held a free clinic at the 4th National Elementary School in Tanjung Pinang. 6 medical departments were set up to serve more than 800 people seeking medical attention.
Each Tzu Chi free clinic is unique due to the adjustments required by the venue. Thus, much planning has to be done beforehand.
We need to survey the venue first before we start preparing the free clinic. Often, we have to adjust the lighting to the patient area. After we arrived yesterday afternoon, we were busy cleaning the tables and putting together the patient beds and other duties. Then, we made sure the partitions in the classrooms were also set up.
The Tzu Chi volunteers from Batam and Tanjung Pinang have turned this public elementary school in Tanjung Pinang into a medical clinic, separating the classrooms to offer different medical services. In total, 58 medical professionals served 823 patients.
The difference is my teeth are in, so it looks much better when I smile. If I don't have them in, then my smile is not as good.
Besides treating the patients, volunteers also made sure to teach locals different ways to protect their health. They also handed out bamboo coin banks to promote the spirit of giving. At the end of the day, TIMA members continued to safeguard the health of all those in need.
To celebrate the Buddha's birth, Tzu Chi Day and Mother's Day, the Tzu Chi Japanese chapter also held a ceremony to honor the occasion. Esteemed guests, including members of the Dai Nippon Risho Kosegai, a large Buddhist organization in Japan.
The Tzu Chi Japan chapter holds an elegant yet simple Buddha Day ceremony where the entire service was conducted in Japanese for the benefits of its local residents. Members of the Japanese Buddhist organization Dai Nippon Risho Kosei Kai also joined the celebration.
Today's Buddha Day celebration is not only celebrating the Buddha's birthday, but honors mothers and Tzu Chi as well. It's such a rare 3-in-1 celebration.
When disasters strike, compassion is often found right alongside the devastation.
The help Tzu Chi provided, not only locals are appreciative of it, but actually everyone else is thankful as well. The residents in Taiwan and Japan are all very moved by their gesture.
In the aftermath of the April earthquake in Nepal in 2015, Tzu Chi volunteers arrived to help rebuild and in turn inspire many locals to become volunteers. Last year, Tzu Chi volunteers arranged for a Buddha Day ceremony in Nepal to help accumulate blessings. And thus this year, the baton was passed on to local volunteers, where a small but stately ceremony was held.
Setting up for the Buddha Day celebration, Nepalese Tzu Chi volunteers organized the event themselves this year.
Last year, the events were arranged by Tzu Chi volunteers. This year, we planned everything ourselves.
During the past year, many Nepalese volunteers have traveled to Halian to learn more about the spirit of Tzu Chi, and as promised, brought what they have learned back to Nepal to share with the community.
Thank you, Shakyamuni Buddha, for teaching the midway path and acknowledging ourselves from inner heart that even we have Buddhahood inside our heart. So to practice and to acknowledge that and to pay homage or respect to Buddha, we celebrate this Buddha Day bathing.
Though the decorations were simple, the ceremony was still graceful and stately. Bowing to the Buddha and receiving a fragrant flower, Nepalese volunteers have all begun walking the righteous path.
Next, we joined the Buddha Day celebration in Myanmar as local volunteers held a ceremony at Myanga No. 1 High School. Those who attended included Dharma masters as well as people who have received Tzu Chi's assistance. To decorate the venue, Myanmar volunteers arranged the flowers to spell out 50, and they also used rice banks to form a flower.
It's barely 5:30 in the morning, but Tzu Chi volunteers in Myanmar are already decorating Myangong No. 1 High School for the Buddha Day celebration. At the annual celebration, volunteers invited Shramaneras and Shramaneries from 3 different temples to join in the auspicious occasion, as well as residents from Tanjung Township and Taiki. In 2 ceremonies throughout the day, in total over 1,700 people helped bring blessings to this world.
This is the first time I've joined. My legs have some problems, so I took a taxi here. This place is quite refreshing and full of wisdom.
As Tzu Chi's love has spread to farmers in Taiki, many recipients overcame transportation obstacles to join in the celebration. Many farmers also brought rice to donate.
I very much agree with Master Zheng Yan's mission and what she has done in the name of Buddhism. She spread love to all corners of the world and helped purify the human spirit. She only wishes for peace and harmony in society and rid the world of disasters. Here in Myanmar, we should help Master Zheng Yan actualize these Buddhist teachings in our everyday life.
Bathing in the Buddha's grace often helps put chaotic minds at ease. This is why entrepreneur Wei Zifeng, along with his employees, have joined the celebration 3 years in a row.
Yes, I come here every year. Each time I'm here, my mindset feels more purified.
Whenever Tzu Chi has an event, if he could help, he would support us. He's one of our biggest supporters.
Celebrating the Buddha's birthday, residents clear their mindsets of impurities and unite in prayer for peace and harmony in this world.
Seeing how the climate can often be erratic, Master Zheng Yan has been concerned with the problem of food shortages. Therefore, the Tzu Chi Foundation joined hands with the government in 2009 to promote organic farming, establishing 7 DaAi farms throughout Taiwan. In today's Tzu Chi's 50th anniversary series report, we look at Tzu Chi's efforts in promoting organic farming as a solution for sustainable living. The organic tea tastes mild, and one feels at ease drinking it. How do we grow such organic tea? During harvest season, one hears the sound of the reaper in the Sun E tea garden. Different from methods previously used, the organic Jingsi tea here is grown naturally with the efforts of the garden manager Chen Zhongho.
Look, this is withered because a growth hormone was used. It gradually withered. This place is not that severely contaminated, so we continue to cultivate here.
When Chen started managing the Sang-yi tea garden in 2009, he discovered that the farmers in the past used too much fertilizer, contaminating the entire tea garden.
它就是不能撒在茶的前面，就不能撒在根部，要撒在中间。他们用了很多的化学肥料啦，还有农药，还有除草剂。
They used a lot of chemical fertilizer, pesticide, and herbicide, so the land here has been contaminated. Most of all, there are few water resources, so the sediment of mineral salt had already damaged this tea garden when I came here.
就造成这个。 我进来的时候，这个茶园它本身的先天条件就变成很恶劣、很不好。40瓦斤呐。惯性农法下去做了这么久哈。
With unregulated farming practices, the soil has been damaged and is left with bad germs and pests. During the first years of switching to organic farming, you are not using chemical pesticide and fertilizer, so the productivity is poor.
所以那个产量是很惨的。
Chen, who was once poisoned by pesticide during rice farming, has since been dedicated to organic farming.
多样性的杂草可以提供给
The variety of weeds provide food for the food chain. With the southern wind, as many cattle egrets fetch food, the number of bugs will decrease, reaching an ecological balance.
就造成了生态的平衡。
Cutting rice stalks with sickles. Those at the Zhixue DaAi farm in Hualien are reaping the fruit of their organic rice farming. The Tzu Chi Foundation has been promoting natural farming as a sustainable living solution since 2010. It established 7 DaAi farms throughout Taiwan, growing crops. The farming team, formed by Tzu Chi volunteers, works on agricultural improvement. In the face of global warming, erratic climate, drought, and heavy rains, food shortage crisis seem inevitable.
未来水如果越来越欠缺，那我们到底能够有哪些粮食作物
If the water shortage problem worsens, how do we grow crops? This was what worried Master Zheng Yan. We grow crops not to make money, but to better understand upland rice.
是为了赚钱，但是我们种的是为了更了解各种旱稻的作物。
树豆嘛，这是黄豆。
When Tzu Chi began promoting natural farming, it incorporated many people's suggestions to grow what is suitable and learn from local farmers.
将来气候的情况更恶劣，将来你。
When the climate worsens, other countries might not be willing to sell you their produce. If we can produce enough for ourselves, our society will remain stable.
这样子的情况比较不容易造成社会上的动荡。
In addition, the Tzu Chi Foundation not only promoted a plan to help farmers maintain a stable livelihood in remote regions, it also applies its natural farming experience in carrying out international disaster relief.
Kalau dulunya tanpa olah tanah, sekarang sistem olah tanah.
In the past, because of the use of fertilizer, we could only produce 1,000 kilograms. Now, with the new farming techniques, we can grow up to 4,000 kilograms of produce.
Dengan luas lahan 0,3.
We are very happy that Tzu Chi has come to distribute rice seeds to us farmers. We can also share our rice seeds with others after harvest.
It grows very fast, so it is suitable to grow moringa in Haiti. We will establish the first DaAi moringa farm in Haiti.
We can help them regain confidence by providing rice seedlings to those in need in developing countries. With organic farming, remains of pesticide would not be a problem, as we sell the produce in the international market. So this practice should be encouraged.
In promoting farming for sustainable living, Tzu Chi is putting its love for nature into concrete actions to protect the environment and help humankind. 17-year-old Lin Zhongyi, who's a student at Kaohsiung Sanming Senior High School, was raised in a single-parent home by his mother, who had to work very hard to support him and his sister. Because of this experience, he became a considerate and thoughtful person. Besides helping out with household chores, he also helps disabled students at his school.
During school days, when in class, the students listen attentively. When it's time to eat in class, Lin Zhongyi takes a chair and sits alongside a student in the front row.
If you don't have the answer and you can't find it in the textbook, just come to me. I will give you my notebook.
While eating, these two make conversation and talk about schoolwork. Zhao Qing is a deaf student who has limited ability to express himself. This makes it difficult for him to make friends, but Zhongyi has found a way to close this gap.
At first, I did think that helping others would cause my grades to suffer, but actually helping others is just something that I do naturally. My personality makes me eager to help others, as I simply cannot sit idle by.
Lin Zhongyi is just very outgoing and eager to make friends. It's quite rare to have a classmate like this in class.
He has such empathy to lead his classmates. It's really quite rare to see such a student who has gone through such adversity and has emotional intelligence and moral values.
Lin Zhongyi is quite sensitive and kind-hearted. All this comes from how he was raised in this family. Without taking off his school uniform, he immediately starts to prepare supper. Lin Zhongyi is from a single-parent family, and as a child would see his mother work hard to earn enough money to feed the family of 3, which at times would make him sad.
At that time, my mother was very tired, and I would secretly watch her sobbing by herself, probably because she was just too exhausted. There was no one she could talk to, and she couldn't tell us, as she thought it would probably affect us.
While it's a simple dinner, it's the time of day this mother and son cherish the most.
My son said that his mother makes money to allow him to go to school, and during class they serve a nutritious lunch along with other food. He says that's enough for children, and this should allow them to work hard at their studies, and they shouldn't be a further burden on their parents.
This filial son doesn't rebel against his family like others his age might. Instead, Lin Zhongyi is quite compassionate and is willing to help around the house, so his mother doesn't have to work too hard.
At Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, we'll meet student Chen Jiaxiang, who has suffered from hearing impairment since he was young. However, his disability hasn't slowed him down. He's now devoted to studying the craft of baking. Recently, he even participated in an international competition in France, where he placed 4th place in the event, winning glory for Taiwan.
Pulling the red and white sugar as he prepares his work, this is Chen Jiaxiang. He suffers from a hearing impairment, but he is serious about his craft, and even went to France recently to participate in a competition. In preparation for the event, he was barely sleeping 2 hours a night.
I go practice as soon as I finish class. I practice until late, till I get it right. It's just a short amount of time, and I want to learn lots of things I haven't learned yet.
Working with the pulled sugar at high temperatures, Jia Xiang puts his heart into the work. Even when his hands are burned, he continues his work. In a recent international cake decorating competition with competitors from 12 different countries, Jia Xiang placed 4th overall. Although the competition was particularly difficult this year, Jia Xiang credits his success to his teacher's guidance.
The task was to put the pulled sugar and the chocolate together. This was the first time that I've seen both of these together on the same assignment. It needed to be under 1.5 meters. It's quite a difficult assignment.
Both of his parents also suffer from hearing disabilities. Jia Xiang lost his hearing at the age of 4 and now wears an electronic device to improve his hearing ability. Studying food science, he fell in love with baking and devoted himself to the craft. He even won a university scholarship in a domestic competition, which lessened the financial burden on his parents.
After I moved from Taoyuan to Taichung to study, I felt more independent living on my own. After all, I don't want to always depend on my parents.
His teacher says that although Jia Xiang suffers from a hearing disability, in some ways this may actually benefit his art because he's able to focus so intently while he's working. As his skills improve, this is a great source of confidence for Jia Xiang.
In Taichung, Taiwan, Mr. Liu with cerebral palsy requires the help of an electronic vehicle to go around. Every night he goes to the Zhongxiao night market to sell chewing gum. Fortunately, another stall owner, Pan Dongming, has taken the initiative to help him.
Cerebral palsy-stricken Mr. Liu rides an electronic vehicle to sell gum at Pan Dongming's night market stall. Due to his atrophied arms, Liu is unable to provide change. However, Pan immediately rushes forward to help him. There is great bond between the two friends. For example, since Liu is unable to communicate clearly to his customers, Pan helps to translate his words.
After listening for some time, I've realized my heart understands what he needs.
Both of Liu's hands have seriously atrophied, so he is unable to eat anything on his own. The caring shop owner hands feeds him slowly, a mouthful at a time.
I try to see things through the eyes of others. Let's say today, he is part of my family and is born with such a deficiency. It is impossible to give up on him.
I am incredibly touched and my heart aches. How is it possible for him to be so willing to help? I am really moved.
The young shop owner says that Liu started to sell gum at a Zhongxiao night market a year ago, and sometimes his earnings would even be stolen. He says that he is actually full of respect for Liu.
He doesn't want people to give him money without taking anything. He would ask me to return the money to the customer.
The 24-year-old man patiently feeds Liu, a mouthful at a time. Pan does this daily without fail, even though they are not related in any way, showing how his heart is full of thoughtfulness and love.
The Department of Nursing at Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology recently held the 25th capping ceremony for its graduating students. At the occasion, 291 students who are about to start interning in hospitals vowed to serve those in need with passion and expertise. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.